Hello, dear colleagues. My name is Al-Muhammad, and today we have a saccular aneurysm of the left ICA, which we've treated with a contour device. It was a 63 years old female patient, non-smoker, and she has no arterial hypertension. The family history was negative also. She has an epilepsy, migraine, and occasionally she has headaches. And during an MRI examination to investigate the epilepsy, she has showed this incidental saccular aneurysm of the left ICA. The aneurysm was 4.2 millimeters wide, 4.7 millimeters long, and had a neck of 3 millimeters. And here we have the list of the materials and devices that we've used. We have implanted the 5 millimeter contour device because the 7 millimeter contour was a little bit big. The patient was prepared with a dual antiplatelet therapy with aspirin and prasugrel, and we've tested the function with Verify now, and that's only for the case if we need a flow diverter or a stent. But after the successful implantation of the contour device, we've stopped the prasugrel immediately and the aspirin after 1 week. And here we have the 3D angiogram, and as you can see, it's a saccular aneurysm, which can be treated in many ways. For example, pure coiling, balloon-assisted coiling, Comaneci-assisted coiling, flow diverter. It can be treated with a web device, so choosing a way to treat this aneurysm doesn't mean that the other ways are wrong. Our plan is very simple. Just navigate the aneurysm sac with a microcatheter and implant the contour device. And here we go. We push the long sheath neuron max with the select catheter sidewinder into the aorta, and it's already configured, so we navigate the left common carotid artery, and now we need a roadmap to navigate the left internal carotid artery. And now we push the select catheter in the origin of the left internal carotid artery, and then we push the neuron max long sheath in this origin. And now we remove the select catheter and inject a little bit contrast agent to prove that we are not occlusive with the neuron max long sheath. And now we take the intermediate catheter, Sophia 5F, flush it with saline, and insert it in the long sheath neuron max. And now we navigate the distal segments of the left internal carotid artery. And now we need an overview to see the anatomy. And now we take this 2D angiogram as a roadmap, and as you can see, the way is a little bit tortuous to the aneurysm, but it's not a problem at all. We push the Sophia catheter without a guiding wire. And now we can perform our 3D angiogram. And here's the 3D angiogram, and you can see here our saccular aneurysm of the left ICA. And now we take our microcatheter Headway 21. It's 156 centimeters long, And now we take our microwire Synchro 14. We put the torquer behind and we can shape the tip of the microwire. And now we can adjust our working position according to the 3D angiogram. And now we can perform a 2D angiogram to see the aneurysm. It seems good. We can take this 2D angiogram as a roadmap. And now we can insert our microcatheter with the microwire into the intermediate catheter. And now we push the intermediate catheter a little bit distally before the curve to get a stable basis. And now we can push the microwire a little bit distally and navigate the aneurysm sac. And now we can push the microcatheter along the curve, and then we can enter the aneurysm with the help of the microwire. And now the tip of the microcatheter is in the aneurysm sac. We perform by standard a 2D angiogram after navigating the aneurysm sac to make sure that we have not caused any damage to the aneurysm wall. Our aneurysm was 4.2 millimeters wide and the neck was 3 millimeters. That's why, according to the table of Stryker, we should take the 7 millimeter contour device. And here we have our 7 millimeter contour device, and we push it forwards to get it outside. And after that, we take the contour device and put it in saline to flush it. Just like that. And after that, we can insert it in the hub of the microcatheter. And here we have the sterile cables for the detachment, and we can connect them now to the detachment device. And now we insert the contour device in the microcatheter. And now we are at the neck of the aneurysm. We push the contour device into the aneurysm sac, and at the same time we pull the microcatheter back. But as you can see, the contour device does not open well. That's why we will resheath the contour device and try to implant it a little bit deeper in the aneurysm sac. And now we push the microcatheter tip until the wall of the dome of the aneurysm and try to implant it again. And now we repeat our maneuver, pull back the microcatheter and push the contour device, but as you can see, it does not open completely. And we can see that the contour device is a little bit prolapsed into the lumen of the vessel. And now we perform a 2D angiogram to see, and as you can see, it's a little bit prolapsed in the vessel lumen. It's a little bit big for the aneurysm. We take another projection to see the neck of the aneurysm a little bit better and repeat our 2D angiogram, but as you can see, it's still in the vessel lumen and it's not just a phenomenon of the projection. We take out the 7 millimeter contour device and try it now with the 5 millimeter contour device. It's a little bit smaller, and we hope that it will open better than the previous one. And as you can see, it has opened very well and covered the neck of the aneurysm perfectly. And now we can manipulate the microcatheter a little bit. We pull it a little bit back carefully, and that's how we can place the contour device exactly at the neck of the aneurysm, and we can pull back the microcatheter, and now we are satisfied with the positioning of the contour device, and we can perform a 2D angiogram to prove the right positioning of the contour device. And we can see already the blood stasis in the aneurysm sac. And now we will detach the contour device, the black cable to the patient, the red one to the pusher of the contour device, and now we activate the detachment device. Sometimes we need more than one time to detach the pusher, and as you can see, it's now detached. And now we remove the pusher and the microcatheter, and now we can repeat the 2D angiogram to see our results. And we can see here the blood stasis in the aneurysm sac. Now we need an overview to see the peripheral branches and to make sure that there is no complications. And as you can see, all branches are there. There's no extravasations and there is no complications. And when we focus on the aneurysm after this 2D angiogram, we can still see the blood stasis in the aneurysm sac. And so we've reached the end of our intervention. As always, if you have any questions, you can put them down in the comments below. You can contact us per email to email addresses, and further contact options are in the video description below. Thanks for watching. That was Al Muhammad. See you next time. Peace out.